Hey, what's up, y'all? So we just started recording. We was completely off guard. We have not. We usually do like a quick little run through and stuff before we start. We did none of that. So if I'm too close to the camera, if our hair is all over the place, anybody looking crazy, I don't know, and we don't care today. So I
It's the BU room, so it is
right,
what it is.
right.
We just gonna
So
be.
here's the thing, too. I don't have a topic. Do y'all
Oh
have
my
a
god.
topic? Y'all want to talk about something?
Yeah, I do. So this is what I've been thinking about. Okay. So, Eliana just graduated from college. Sarad's about to graduate from high school. I was thinking about like how formative those years are in our lives, just period. Like just
Mm,
before you have in high school and then like your choices immediately after. So with that being the thought, like how important and formative were those years? And then like what would you tell your younger self? But let me pause on that while y'all thinking about it. Because I was
Okay.
thinking about this the other day. When Jerice was in her early 20s,
Oh Lord.
she purchased property.
I did.
Ain't that crazy? That
Mm-hmm.
is so
mm-hmm.
crazy to me to think that like Eliana, who is 21, is just a couple of years off of purchase, making big decisions like that. Like I, thought about and how quick that happened and how quick it didn't happen, and then like where you are in your life now. I think about the same thing about me and like how fast that happened, and then how things are different now. And then like where I want to go. I also think about, which I know this is like just brain thought diarrhea, but I also think about like the opportunities that I missed early on, but how life just keeps on going. And so, how do I want to just be so present in this moment and then build upon later? So, I say that because, man, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I helped. I was on the board of a founding nonprofit in Indianapolis. Like, I was doing stuff like volunteering in the community and just like out there this
Mm-hmm.
life. And now, not saying that I'm not, and I know 10 years from now, my life is, I'm going to process things differently. But like when you're in the middle of it, it don't seem that important. So,
Mm-hmm.
with that thought in mind, then like, what are you doing now to plant some seeds now that will come into fruition later? This life goes by so
It
fast.
does.
And yeah. Anyway, those are some thoughts in my brain. What y'all want to talk? How? What y'all want to say?
Oh my goodness. So let me just, let me go back. So back then, so yes, I bought my car when I was 19. I purchased my house when I was 24. And in that time span, my mental space was there were things that I wanted in life that were mine. And I was willing to work hard and do whatever I needed to do to get those things. When it came to buying the townhouse, that was strictly like, hey, I'm a mom, because, see, it was around. And I wanted a good foundation for me and her. I was dating during that time, but men were just not, that was not a part of the equation. It was just strictly, I want this for us, me and her. Where I am now, um, I mean, my thought process is different, but one thing that has stayed the same throughout is everything that I do, my family comes first. And I think that plays a very big role in my decisions. Career wise, I didn't know I knew, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And it just so happened that mommy's business was growing to an extent where she needed help. So I just said that I would work with her because I didn't know really what I wanted to do during that time. But now I'm kind of grounding myself and understanding what I want to do. So planting the seeds now, 10 years from now, I want my stuff to be up here. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it does. It goes by really fast. Sid is not as driven as I was.
Isn't that crazy? Like,
Yeah.
And
I mean,
a lot of kids nowadays are not
no.
driven like that
But
at
Let's think
all.
about. I mean, the kids are not as driven. Think about Shameen, like when she was in her early 20s and what she was doing, like out
man,
here managing a whole store,
yeah.
had a whole career in retail, and then like, have made some shifts into your life. Like I think too, like, I don't know, like we were so ambitious in our 20s.
hmm What
Yeah.
changed? Like
I
when
mean,
I
not
think
even
about
what
my kids,
changed.
it's
I don't
like,
even think it's changed. I think that,
I don't
well,
know.
I mean, the world, there's a lot going on in the world. I look at the kids, first of all, and I'm like, y'all. And I don't want to talk about the babies because I love them so much. But at the same time, I'm like, some of them are just real lazy. It's lazy to me.
there
And
is no drive.
they're not driven to do not shit. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So I'm like, did we spoil them? There's no hustle. There is no hustle to they nothing. I'm like, y'all not hustling. You don't want to hustle. They're like, I think I'm just gonna. I'm like, what?
So
You don't want to get out here and do nothing.
I will say
It
this.
bothers my life. It really does. And I'm like, you don't.
But like, so
Just to
you
kind of
were.
interject though.
Go ahead.
So, and I'm gonna use Sid as an example because these are things that I think about with her. When I was 16 and 17, or like get my driver's license, I was like, "Hey, I'm getting my license. I'm doing this." She's like, "No, I don't really see the point because I'm always with you anyway." And I'm like, "Well, did I spoil her too much?" And really, to be honest, like ambition wise, I think she's just still kind of trying to figure out her flow. But our family dynamic is a little different. So it's like, yes, I want her to get out there, enjoy life, experience life, and do whatever it is that she wants to do. But then the selfish part of me is like, she can stay because she helps out.
Well, even with the driver's license thing, for me, it was a level of independence. It was always a level of
Yeah,
independence for me.
yeah,
I'm like, I want to be out here in this world doing what it is I want to do on my terms, and I felt like if I wanted to do that, I had to pay the cost to be the boss
right,
in that
Right.
situation.
right.
But that's what mommy said. If you want to do what it is you want to do, you gonna have to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get out here and do whatever it is you want to do in life, that's cool. But you gonna pay for that. You got to get out here and make that happen, honey. I can't
Yeah,
make it happen for you. And I think that's where it gets missed a lot of the times. I can't, as a parent, I can't do it for you. You have to go out there and make that happen. Now, yes, we will help because we will
mm-hmm.
help, but you have to do it for yourself. Like, and there is a great feeling. There is something to be said and something to be gained in that accomplishment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's a feeling. There's a lesson in that, saying that I did that. I
Mm-hmm.
I I earned that. It wasn't given to me. And then that's the other thing, because we black, ain't nothing given to us.
Right.
We got to go out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, I mean, I just don't know, but it is missed. That part of it is missed. Nothing out here is given to you. If you want something, if you want to live a certain lifestyle, if you want to do anything, you got to go out here and get it. And I just don't see a lot of go get it out here, out here. It's a lot
Right.
of,
And
it
it's
just don't
like,
seem
as
to
in,
be.
my question is how can I do different? How can I motivate her, or, anybody, I guess, who is around her age to want to do that, to want to push and get their own, and, all of that? How do you change their mentality on that?
It was tough for me and Eliana. I mean, y'all know, her going to college and like my my thought process around like how she was going to be responsible for her education and stuff, like it was a really tough 4 years. Because she has a friend group who families were like, "Oh, I'll help you out with college," and I'm like, "My parents didn't help me, so you just got to do what you got to do." And
Mhm.
it was my hope that she would take some ownership in that process, and she did. Don't get me wrong, but our relationship really it went through a rocky period because I wasn't the parent that she thought I should have been at that time. So it's tough to teach those lessons of responsibility without it really I feel like without a your relationship being tested. For example, too, like Sarah's like, I really want to get a job. Like, I'm trying to get a job. And I'm like, I don't care about you getting a job right now. You need to fill out these college applications and college scholarships. Like, that's what you need to focus on first. And then you can get a job. And she just like is like procrastinating and not doing what she needs to do in order to move forward on the college end. But she like, hey, will you help me with this job application out? So recently I done told her, no, I'm not going to help you with the job application. You need to write your essay for your college application because to me that's more important. So I don't know.
So it's more important to you for her to only go to school and not work?
I want if she could do both, she could do both. That's fine. But I because she's so focused on working, it takes her thought process off of writing this. I really think it's a distraction because she's a literary artist. She could have been wrote this 1 page essay, but
Mhm.
she's using the job as like to divert her attention so that she could procrastinate. We don't have time for her to procrastinate. She need to hurry up and get these applications in so we can hurry up and get these scholarships, which is the same conversation I was having with Eliana when she was a senior in high school. And she thought I was playing like I'm not paying for school. And so then when we got to that point, like she was pissed because I wasn't gonna pay for it. But I'm like, when I told you to apply, like I told you to apply, you didn't. When I told you to get those scholarships or to look out for those scholarships, you didn't. I'm the type of parent I'm gonna help you learn, but I'm gonna help you learn some tough lessons too. Like I ain't gonna let you fall.
So what do you think her procrastination is? Because like you said, like she could do this in her sleep. So do you think that there's a deeper
She's
or a
scared.
deeper
Like
she's
most people
scared?
transitioning into adulthood after
Yeah, it's
part of
scary.
people's problem is, it's scary being an adult. It just is. It's scary paying your bills. It's scary buying a house. It's scary buying a car. It's scary going to college. Like it's scary. But you living your best life is just on the other side of that fear and you gotta push through.
Yep, you do.
That's true.
So
You
I don't
do. And
know.
it's okay. You know, I'm still your parent and I'm still right here. But you got to take that next step. That's just a part of life.
And so like
But you got to move.
I've
You
been
can't stay right here.
coddling them for so long. So Sarah just went to her first football game by herself last Friday. I dropped her off. Or last Thursday. I dropped her off and picked her up. But that was the first time she ever done that her whole high school career. And how many times did we do that in high school? Go to
Right.
games by
All the
ourselves.
time.
And
Right.
Well,
then
we
like,
cheered, so because mom was at some point, she was just like, I'm not doing all of that with you.
Mhm.
You got but I was
but
ready. Look,
she so Sarah has had her
you gotta
driver's
go,
license.
'cause for real. But
That's
I
okay, but we wanted
don't,
to do that on our own.
right.
Ross
Mhm.
had her driver's license for I don't know how long. Kroger right around the corner. She's still like, can you go get me some chips? I
Mm-mm.
said, no. Here's the car. Here's the card.
Thank
You
you.
go.
Right. Yeah,
Bye
once I
bye.
got
I'll
my
see you when you come
license,
back.
well, really, once I got my permit, all bets were off.
Right.
Man, listen.
It was like, you
Right.
better figure
Because
it
mommy
out on
was
your
like,
own, girl.
listen.
Yeah.
Once I was permitted, mommy was like, take your sister
Yeah.
Mhm.
and y'all go to the grocery list and here's my card.
Hmm.
Handle your business.
But I mean, and it's okay to be loved. It's okay.
It
It's all
is.
right, but
Yeah.
this is a part of me loving you too, pushing
It
you on
is. You
about that.
got to, and it's tough because you be wanting to cry on the inside,
Do
but at
you
the same
guys
time, you
believe
gotta.
that the world is truly different, which is why those kind of dynamics are different now?
No, because it's always been murderers and pedophiles and snatches and stuff. But you know what's crazy is now
Social media, though,
technology
it's
is
just,
so much better now
it
though than it
is.
was when we were
Mm-hmm.
younger. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
cell phones like that, or Jerice
Thank
maybe
you.
did, and
So
I
you
just
can find,
didn't.
listen, you can find somebody
I
real
mean,
fast.
when I was coming up, it was pagers and then cell phones around what, high school,
Mm-hmm.
I guess,
But you
going
can,
or middle school, going into high
look,
school.
you can find somebody real fast. Okay, you
You
can
Yeah.
can
find somebody
track
real
people.
fast.
Oh,
You
so,
can tell them
so
real
I'm
good.
like,
So yeah, it's the
I just
information
asked because
highway.
some people say that as an excuse as to why certain things. Well, the world is different, and I
I
think
mean,
there are a
who
lot
is
of
to
things
say
that are
that?
more in our face, but I don't think it's necessarily different. It's just we have
No.
access to it more now.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. The information is more information. We can get the
Hmm.
information. It's right at our fingertips. It's right at their fingertips. They see more. They've been exposed to more.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean that it wasn't like that, or doesn't mean that it wasn't there. It's just that there were a lot of things back in the day too that was taboo and wasn't talked about necessarily.
oh, I have a
It
question.
was different for
Hmm.
us though. Mom used to listen. Let me tell you what. Okay, really?
That's what I was about to say. Do you think that, like, also, like, we learn from listening mainly to mommy and daddy
Hmm.
and
Yep.
seeing like our immediate family and cousins and stuff growing up,
Mm-hmm.
like Rochelle going to college or Rhonda doing her thing? Like, we saw them, just our immediate family, like working hard, doing all these
Yep.
things. But
Hmm.
Yep.
now kids have access and they see a whole lot of people doing nothing and making a whole bunch of
Right.
money,
Right.
They do.
or like,
And I feel like parents too have to work harder to snatch them back into reality. Like, baby, that's real cute on Instagram. That's real cute on Facebook. But at the same time, that's not reality a lot of the times.
Hmm.
You still have to do things. You still have to work hard. You still have to make sure that you have to learn some things in order to come out here to be successful. You do have to have 7 streams of income. That shit does not come easy. If you want to maintain a certain level of
comfortability,
money,
financial
you got
independence.
right financial comfortability. You still have to go out here and work, honey. Money just does not come to you while you just sitting here like that. You gotta go
Hmm.
out here and you have to work. You have to
Hmm.
learn. You have to um, no matter what it is you decide to do, if you want to be if you want to master whatever it is you're doing, you have to go out here and educate yourself on it and work hard at it. That's just what it is. It's not,
Hmm.
and that is, none of it is easy.
And there's no shortcut to it.
Right.
And it is a
No,
sense of like, you gotta be brave. You have to be,
do.
you gotta pave your own path, because nobody's gonna do it for you.
Yes, you
You
do.
gotta step
Hmm.
out on faith. You gotta
Yes, you
you
do.
gotta do it. I
All of
can't
that.
do
And is
for
it
none of them.
scary? Hell yeah. It's scary as hell. It is scary. But you know what? You have a village, you have people around you, you have people who have been through it. You have people around you who will be there to support and help you through it. But it's something you have to go through. And
Can't
it's
nobody do it
okay.
for you.
Hmm.
It's
So
okay.
what do you think 21-year-old you would think about the life that you're living now?
21-year-old me.
Yeah.
Whew.
Um, First, I would be like, damn, you got all them fucking kids. What is going on? Like, what happened? You got all them kids. You big as hell. Like, what is going on? 21-year-old me. I think that would be the two biggest things where I would be like, girl.
Mm.
But I will also be extremely proud because
Mhm.
21-year-old me was still very reserved, was very closed off, was very guarded, had my wall up. I really wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go in. So I think I would be proud and I would be impressed. Oh, I'm married. Girl, you married? Okay, okay. You got your little nonprofit and stuff going. You doing good. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the kid situation, 21-year-old me, I was just pregnant with Sid and I was like shitting bricks. Like, I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't like kids. I don't want kids. This is not gonna go well. But and then this is me, so I think I would be impressed. I think I would.
What about you, Shameen?
21-year-old me would be like, well, okay, I see you still running shit, but I cannot believe you married a man with kids. First of all,
In real life,
Right.
21-year-old Shameen was not playing with
no.
nobody.
Mm, mm-mm. And she would be like, and Andre came and snatched your ass, didn't he? That would be the only man that you would have married with kids. The only one. Outside of that, 21-year-old Shameen was not having that shit at
She
all.
had repellent for that.
I did big ass repellents
Carried it in her
because I
purse.
wasn't doing it.
What about for your like career and stuff? Like and just where you are in like your personal life, not just your marriage, but like other things.
So in my career, actually, right now, especially for what I'm doing with my career, good. Yeah, I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud
So
of what I've
21-year-old
done.
Shameen, who was running the buckle, who
Mm-hmm.
was like VIP in Antioch.
Right.
Like real life. Like anywhere I
Uh-huh.
would go, they'd be like, Shameen's your sister. Shameen's your
Mm-hmm.
sister. Like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
she is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm VIP. I'm VIP now. I'm
You
VIP
are
now.
so low key now. You are nothing like 21
Yeah.
year old Shameen.
Nobody remembers you anymore. Except for
You're
maybe
not
around our
in the
age group.
limelight. I mean, you got a good job and stuff, but you are not in the limelight like 21
No,
year old Shameen was.
well, that's true. I have known
Mhm.
that a lot, but I've done a lot too. I've done a lot, and I think that 21-year-old Shameen now would be like, okay, because I've done it. I think I've done everything that I've wanted to do. So now this is time for me to be mellowed out like that. I've done it
I
because
mean, I know 21-year-old Shameen. I knew 21-year-old Shameen, and I think 21-year-old Shameen will be so impressed with the fact that you have traveled,
Yeah, I
as
was going to
much
say
as you
I've done
wanted
it.
to.
I did what 21-year-old Shami wanted to do in that time frame. I did. I traveled. I was single me. I moved to Maryland, which is one of the places that I wanted to live. I worked with family who I looked up to for my whole life, and I lived that single city girl life for a long time and was happy doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I have traveled the absolute world. Traveling was one of the things that I always wanted to do, and I did it. And I had a ball. I had a fucking ball, and I'm still having a ball. And now, I'm married, and we travel and do fun things, and I'm way more mellow than what I used to be. You are absolutely right about that.
What about you, dear?
I did. I've done everything that I wanted to do. I think 21-year-old me would be surprised that I'm in education, that's for sure. And
Yeah,
that
you fought that for a long time.
huh?
Mhm.
You fought that for a long
I
time,
did. I did. Many people told me I
but
need
I'm
to do
not
stuff like
shocked.
that. That was not my plan. I was not trying to do that. I was really trying. Y'all know what I was trying to be. To be 110% honest, I thought I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yep, you
So I
did.
knew for
Yeah.
sure.
No.
I knew for sure that I wanted to be a mom. And that was like for me. I knew for sure I wanted to be a wife and a mom. Like those are two things I knew I wanted to do. My career, no idea. Like no idea.
Mhm.
So I think 21-year-old me would be like, you doing it. You doing it. I'm okay. I'm okay
Okay,
with all
okay.
that. Yeah. Because like Shameen said, like I travel. I think 21-year-old me would be surprised that I married somebody 11 years older than me.
Oh
Facts.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was not that.
You know what? 21-year-old me will be surprised that I married Lauren.
Heck yeah, because you knew him when he was
Yep,
21.
I knew
sure
him when I was
did.
20.
And I know you're not gonna tell that story. But that story you used to tell, whoo, that 21-year-old
Yeah.
you would have been like, you
What?
married.
You did what?
But to be honest, too, 21-year-old Shami would have been like, I married who? Because she wasn't giving Andre Washington the time of day either. So let's not even you know, 21-year-old, you would be like, who?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I
Yeah,
forget I
because
knew him during that
he was
time.
married
Look at both of
though.
y'all.
I'm like, wait a minute.
He was married though, and he was married though with kids. So at the
Girl, when I
time,
don't know when he got married, but I know when first of all, you knew him way before then. So that's why 21-year-old you would be
yeah,
like,
but he had kids though. So
that's what
this
I'm
is the
saying.
rule.
21-year-old, you would be
Mhm.
like,
No.
who?
Right.
Who?
You did
No,
what?
no. 21-year-old Jerice would be like, who?
Who?
No, yeah, 21-year-old Jerice would be like, who?
Yeah.
Be like that.
Man, listen. Okay,
So
for
I
those of
say
you who don't know, well,
man,
I'm not gonna tell the story, but
no. But I say all
if
that
you
to
do, if you know us, then y'all know that there's a very funny story about Lauren and I and our beginning and why my 21-year-old self would be so surprised that we're married and we've been married for almost 9 years.
So that's what's interesting, and that's like what I want to instill in my kids. Is like
Mhm.
life is finna go by like this.
Yep.
Yep.
It's gonna go by so fast, and I want to do everything I can to set them all up for success. I'm gonna push you out the nest, and while I'm here, I'm gonna help you fly or catch you when
Mhm.
you fall. Like, but I
Mhm.
want to plant some seeds and let them know, like, y'all got it. It's in your DNA. It's in your mind. It's in
Yep.
your heart, and I'll be right here, not to hold your hand along the way. I'll be in the back, your cheerleader. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? I'll
right.
be over here cheering for you. But it just goes by so fast.
It does.
Okay, so
That was
with
good.
that being said, what would you on your deathbed say to you right now, knowing that you have more time left?
Me on my deathbed. What I would
Yeah,
say to me
like
right
let's
now,
yeah.
girl, you better hurry up and get your shit together.
Right. Get your shit together, girl,
Yeah,
because
get
it's
your shit
gonna
together
go by
right
fast. You're
now.
gonna look up
Now,
and we're
in
gonna be
this
right here.
moment.
Laying
You
your fucking
you
head.
good, but
Hurry
you
up.
gonna be good,
Right.
good. You better
You
get
can
your
still
shit
walk. You still
together.
sleeping.
You can
Girl.
Now.
still walk. You
You can still
still got
Yes.
walk.
your
Yes.
mind right
Still in
Right.
your
now.
right
Like
mind.
Right.
Get your shit
Right.
together,
you
honey.
better live this life.
Right.
I was
Yes.
thinking about that this morning, and that's what prompted me to
Mm-hmm.
roll my hurt hip ass up out of this
Mhm.
bed
Mm-hmm.
and pull
Don't
out
get
the
comfortable.
pool and have a foam party with my
Party.
kids. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what got me up this morning. It's because I was thinking,
Mhm.
when I get to the end, I want to think back and know I did everything I wanted to do
Mhm.
when I
Yep.
could do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You better get yourself together.
The right. Right.
It's
Oh,
gonna go
that
by
was
fast. Yeah.
awesome.
Speaking of
Awesome.
all of this, though, so y'all
What?
know it is going to be 30 whole years since I graduated from high school next year.
Ew.
I know. And we're getting ready to start planning our 30-year class reunion.
What y'all gonna
30
do?
Reunion. 30
years.
whole
You wanna know?
years. We had
Y'all
our
wanna know
first
how
I
meeting.
old
remember
Shireen
when
is?
we helped out with mommy's 30th year class reunion.
Ah, 30.
Oh
And
my
we turning
goodness.
thirty,
Shireen's so
30.
old. They tore down her high school.
They sure did. You
That's when you
laughing
know
like you
you're
didn't go
old, when,
there.
when they
Okay,
tear
like
down
back
your
it
high
up because you
school.
went there. You went, didn't you go there? Okay, shut up.
I'm only
But
2
she
years
didn't
behind, but
graduate from
whatever.
there, so that don't count.
Okay.
That don't count.
Whatever she went, so shut up. Anywho, we just had our first meeting on Saturday.
That's exciting.
Awesome.
That's really exciting.
Isn't it? I'm so excited.
That's
We haven't
good.
decided what we're gonna do yet, but it's gonna be big.
All
I'm
right,
pretty sure. Okay, so
all
I
right.
think what?
What you gonna say?
It's time to wrap that shit up, y'all.
Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up, B.
Right. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I love how we just had a really good conversation without planning any kind of topic or anything like that. I hope that the camera and everything is cool. But if not, then oh the fuck well, it just is what it is. Uh,
Gonna be what it's gonna be.
right. So
Do
thank
you?
you guys for watching. Keep in mind that I am shutting down the website. It will no longer be available as of September 29th. But we will still have Facebook. We will still have our YouTube channel and Instagram. So y'all can catch us that way. But other than that, that's it. So we'll catch y'all next week. All right. Peace.